as an architect. I've been with Apple for last 3+ years. I've been in the industry for last more than 2 decades. Worked mostly with US-based product companies. In 2018, I moved to research space. First time I worked in Indian startup. So now, last 3 years, I'm working with Open. Right. So this is about myself. Do you want to talk about yourself first?
Yeah, so yeah, so currently I am working in a Eagleview as a
Okay.
software engineer, SD1 position. So where my responsibility is like to maintaining their legacy application, which is completely based on PHP and ESTJS Bootstrap, and we are
Mhm.
converting that application into the new tech stack like React.js. So I'm also contributing to in a React.js project. Okay,
Mhm.
and here I my responsibility is like along that I like researching if there any new infrastructure is coming. So with the architect, I have to participating to what's how the system will fit in our how we can will we implement like AWS which resources are good for us. Okay,
Mhm.
how we can improve the cost optimization. So it's like a POC work is like that I have to do, and
Mhm.
if anything goes wrong in a as it's a legacy application, so anything goes wrong in a production, so anytime I have to ready for fixing them. Okay, also
Mhm.
train the some juniors for guiding.
Mhm.
It's not like I'm not leading the team, but yeah, I
Mhm.
have to. I'm just guide the if anything they needed a help, so I have to help them. Okay,
Mhm.
so I have a multiple technology experience like PHP, Node.js, React.js,
Mhm.
AWS in a cloud side, and React
Mhm.
Native also. Recently, I also published one of the application. It's like a free open source application. So
Mhm.
it's based on React Native for our front that Android application, and
Mhm.
Node.js for the backend. All that complete application I designed from myself
Mhm.
and my one of my friend also. So all the design, DBA, and all the things. So I
Mhm.
means I'm participating in a open source and that side also. I have a
Okay.
backend
Okay.
experience in API also. Yeah.
So you mentioned you have experience in PHP and you have experience in React, right?
Yes.
So basically, you are contributing towards backend and front end, is that correct?
Right.
So you are positioning yourself as a full stack engineer.
Right.
Uh, why do you think that you wanted to? So what is your interest? You wanted to be as a full stack engineer, or you by nature of the work community you become learning both of them? What was the reason?
So reason is like simple. If any work is going on in my organization, so I have
Mm-hmm.
to understanding of the complete application. So I have to understand the technology also because I mostly interested to technology wise.
Mm-hmm.
So like PHP, I started my career. So mostly I means if any application we are building, so I want to
Mm-hmm.
learn about. It's
So
a
in your company, everyone is a full stack engineer. Is that correct?
yeah you can say
Okay. So you also wanted to be a full stack engineer going forward as well, or what
yeah
is your interest? You want to be a
my
front end
interested
engineer?
no I my interest in a mostly in a backend side like a PHP or Node.js anything or
Mm-hmm.
like cloud side like AWS mostly I
Okay.
is my interest.
Okay. So you don't want to be a full stack engineer. That's what you wish.
If I want a chance it's not a barrier because I'm interested into also that.
Okay. Okay. So most people wanted to become a full stack engineer nowadays. Our age of people,
Yeah,
in your age group of people, and everyone want to become a full stack engineer.
I should not want to like stuck on the particular technology or something. I know because it's not like a enough backend. You have to put out lots of logic, and inside in the front end it is not. You have to because nowadays you have to put the all the logic in front end side also. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
should be actively. So I think full stack I will be prefer.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Uh, so there is one challenge to become a full stack engineer, which is basically the back end and front end are two different things altogether,
Right.
right? Technology is fine, language is fine. Language is not the only one thing,
Right.
right? But front end is a different thing altogether. Back end is a different thing altogether, right?
Yeah.
Do you think one person can become expert in both front end and back end?
uh, no, is expert you are saying it's very difficult because of, yeah, we have to switching the all of the things, and it's like a full stack developer, like you got a task and you are just completing.
Yeah, so at a C1, it is fine, or as a initial level, it's fine. When you go to the next level, or maybe if you are climbing a ladder,
Yeah.
do you think that you can still be as a full stack engineer forever, and then and be strong in both places, front end and back end?
I think it should be because of if we it's because of, as I have a like experience in a, like I'm also having a experience in a freelancing, so all the things I'm only maintaining the all the things, okay, from
And
front
that
end.
is fine. That is
Okay.
fine in a certain level, right?
Yeah.
Building an application, I'm agreeing, right? Uh, but if you want to grow, maybe another 10 years down the line,
Yeah.
where you will be probably leading something, architecting something, that time do you think that you can you can be expert in both areas of the question? You can be
Yeah.
work in both areas. I don't think that you can't work in both areas. You can work in both places. But can you be expert person in both places?
It can be possible, it's little hard work you have to do,
Hmm.
then it can be possible because you have to also leave something also, like you are leading the team, so it's
Hmm.
very difficult to doing the coding also and expertise, and you have to lead the team and communication
Yeah,
also lots
that
of
is the
things.
problem, right? When you do a lot of things, then you cannot do everything. You
Right.
cannot lead, plus you cannot be part of the
Right.
architecture role, basically define the architecture. You cannot do everything, right? Code everything, right?
Mm.
So you should be throwing out something here and there,
Mm.
right? Because you might not do 100% time coding. You might spend maybe 20-30% coding, and in that time, do you think that you can be expert in both? That's my question. That was an original question.
uh, I got your question.
Hmm.
I'm not perfectly sure, but expert is a little bit difficult. I think
Hmm.
is expertise. I can no. I say no. It is
Hmm.
not possible to means you will be expertise in all both of the technology at a time,
Mhm.
because of every time, because of new technology is coming day by day.
Correct. That's the
Okay.
problem, right?
Yeah.
If you look at front end also, right?
Yeah.
Things will keep growing, right?
Right.
So maybe some say 5 years back, people were excited to work on Angular, right?
Mm.
Now React is a lot of new tech stacks coming up, right? Solid, right? Then Next.js, a lot of things are keep coming, right? So this is happening in one side. The other way, for example, if you are working on PHP, I'm not taking PHP example. Let's say if you're working on Java, for example, right? The new frameworks keep coming up. You have to learn everything.
Right.
That's my point. So you cannot be up to date with everything.
Right.
The human cannot. We don't have 24 hours, right?
Hmm.
24 hours you have to sleep also, right?
Right.
Sleep
Right.
is important. Everything else you can avoid, but sleep you can't avoid.
Right. Understood.
Uh, now, uh, what was your feedback about the two rounds of interviews happened?
So they have not provided any feedback. Just they have
What
told
is
me
your feedback?
my feedback.
Their
Okay,
feedback,
sorry.
yeah.
Look, from my side, it was a good. They have asked only that question related to my skill. They have been
Mhm.
able to judge, but they have
Mhm.
not asked like this much of type of lead code, hard code question. They have a certain like, yeah, these are the real scenario we
Mhm.
we are facing in our industry, that
Mhm.
are we facing or not. So I really salute that of the two guys who, that all the managers. So I think they are able to judge me on my skill only, not the like aptitude or like how you are building the that the things.
Mhm.
So I can understand.
Okay. Give me some time. Give me 1 minute. Sometime I may take some notes also, right? Uh, okay. So why you want to change the job now?
Currently, I'm working in a GIS domain. This product is a product-based company, so it's a product is GIS domain, Geographical Information System. So it's a like legacy application. I'm just maintaining that side, or somehow I'm working that in from the last 2 years. I'm working little bit in React also. Okay, contribution. So what that legacy application I don't want to now working because of I'm just stuck here. So want to change that domain also.
Mm-hmm. Domain change is fine, but legacy will be there everywhere, right? So
Yeah.
everything is legacy only at present, right?
Yeah, understood what legacy should be. Legacy, if there is a legacy, there should be a work. So they are just not be a much work in the legacy side.
Yeah, so everywhere legacy code will be there, or legacy. Because people 5 years back code is a legacy code, right?
Yes, right. Understood.
Unless you join a.
Lots of thing is abstract here also, like how the database is working, don't know. Okay,
Okay.
how the layer is coming, don't know. What we know, I know, yeah, there is a layer. I can upload there because that functionality I built in a new application. That's why I know you can upload the layer, it will host it to other portal. We have that one also, I have integrated. That's why I know. Okay, so mostly I work on server side most of.
So basically, whatever you worked on only you know. You do not have. I mean, generally in a company, whatever that you worked on, that the only thing that people knows,
Yes.
right? That is what will find. But that is a problem with people also, right? You should be able to look at what is there and then try to understand thing also. Right?
But if anything goes wrong in a legacy application, how I will be fixing? It's taking a lots of headache, and in a full night, complete night, you have to uh, means ready for fixing that code. So if I know the how the system is
That
working,
is
then
fine.
it's
That's
be
the I
easy.
understood. Basically, legacy code difficult to find
Yeah.
issue. We'll come to that. My
Yeah.
question was not. The question was, you mentioned that you know some part, but other part you don't know. How DB works, you don't know.
Yeah.
That is your problem, right? You should be able to understand, try to understand how it is working. Uh, Try to go to deeper that thing, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything blocking you to do learn these things? Or?
Right, I do the same. I started learning about the reading the all the Confluence page. Okay, so that much I get the information is good means for finding the some bugs. Yeah, I'm a that's the thing. But lots of things is abstract there. Because we have a separate team, so they are individually maintaining all the things. Main reason is to changing the domain only for me.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so as a different opinion, right? People think working in the same domain for longer time, you understand domain. So what is the domain in your domain? Can you tell me what's the domain?
GIS, Geographical Information System.
Okay. So working same domain for a long time will improve the domain knowledge, and then that will help you to grow also. You don't believe in that kind of
No,
concept?
I understood that in domain is a good. Okay, it's also growing, but I'm not feeling as some like a kick, so that's why I want to change. Means I learned about the lots of things
So
about the.
what do you think? How do you think that the new company, whether
Yeah.
they're joining with Open or any company, you will get the kick?
So like because of I feeling like as I trying to applying the fintech, so as my interested to going to fintech, that's why I think it will be it's my interest for now. I don't say anything in a future what will happen, but for now it's my interest to go there, to want to change the domain.
Okay.
Because of the nowadays the fintech is also growing, and not only from now. I targeting fintech from the last 2 3 years. Okay, but I didn't get the chance for going to the fintech because don't know, I don't have a much experience that time. That's why.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah. So, uh, Now, what kind of product that you are building in GIS? What is the product basically?
Yeah, so it's like you can understand like a Google map. Okay, in a Google map you can see there is a satellite image.
Mm.
So instead of satellite image, the eagle view having a their drone and some that aeroplanes using that, they are capturing the image. Okay, HD image they are capturing. So that after the processing the all the image, they are putting the image into the some DB, special DB. So from where we are fetching that images and rendering on the that map. Okay, so in that map, can you give him a minute?
Sure, sure. No problem.
Actually caretaker is camped, so
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Right.
So that after that image is like rendering on a map, using that map you can see the oblique image or mosaic image. What it mean, like you can see the of the building images like in any front view. Like in a front view you cannot see in a Google map, but in their map you can see the front view. Okay, how it will help, like it will help like in a insurance company. We have a three clients. Okay, like insurance company and solar company and US government. US government is the most our they are we are getting the more revenue from US government. Okay, and nowadays we also getting from the solar. So it's like if US government wants some shelter, they have to set up into the border. Okay, they have introduced some new road map on that in their border. So how they do not to be go in a their physically they not to go, they can directly see in that map. They can also allow that can measure the distance, how much distance in between the two roads. Okay, how much area is there, so they can calculate over the their system only. Okay, so high definition. Okay, now if we are talking about the insurance, so if any house they are giving the insurance, so it is first do the inspection. So inspection it will check is the how the uh, current age of that property. Okay, what is the it is already damaged or not. If it is not, then it's capturing the all the image. If something goes wrong, like it's a in a it is damaged due to some any other reason, so they are how they can they will check. Okay, we have to pay to the their customer. Similarly for the solar, they have to they can measure. Okay, this is the area, in this area this many plate will be we can set up. Okay, this is the things. I think you got the some idea, right?
Yeah, got it, got it.
Yeah.
1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
Sure.
Yes. Okay. So you worked on in one company or
Yes, my previous company I already worked that. My past experience is like I worked on e-commerce side. So it's a
Okay.
printing industry where I have to customize the product. They are also having a product that is work in a printing industry. Printing industry you can understand like this is your T-shirt, and in a T-shirt you are that company is printing something. or any type of like your Google's also in earphone, that anything you are just printing, so we are providing that software. Okay, software is like a designer software, is based on the JS. Okay, so using that we are created a one studio where they can design, okay, like a Canva. Okay, we have like you can understand by Canva, and we are attached this into the our that in e-commerce site. Okay, so we are complete, we have created that product. So in that product there is a two type of license. First one is standard, and another one is like license based. So standard based, like we what we have created the product just selling. In a license based, customer, that a client, we have to customize the software according their requirements. So I was the into the license based. So if anything customer wants to, like, I worked on I think more than 15 project, so that are 15 clients. I have customized the project what their requirement, like some of wants, they have want to upload some lots of CSV file, we have to upload, take the name of the and printing, like lots of data is there. So it's mostly it's like a customization.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. So you worked on only language that you worked in backend side is PHP and Node.js.
Yes.
How do you compare PHP with Node.js?
Compare.
Ah.
Okay, so as I compare, it's like PHP, you can, if there is any application you want to create for e-commerce side, blogging or CMS, you can use this PHP technology. Okay, PHP is like a blocking something into the when the process is going on, is a synchronized process. But Node.js is asynchronized, it's not blocking anything. So you, if you want to do like a high input output operation, iOS operation you want to do, that time you can use the Node.js, because it's asynchronized, it's not blocking anything. There is a some is a single.
What do you mean blocking anything? What is the meaning of blocking?
It's like if some of the process taking much time. Okay, so it's not a waiting for the completion of that. Okay, it's just putting into the that queue. Okay, there is a concept event loop. So where it is putting the all the things in a loop, and once the process that all the execution is completed, and it is taking the once the all the complete, it will take from that queue and putting the main queue.
So at what point that pushing to event queue? When will it push to event queue?
Event queue we are pushing when the if the their operation is taking more time, is like it's not a like a
So how does the language know it's taking more time or less time?
sorry.
How does the language know that it is taking more time or less time? I mean, how do you push something into queue? I mean, how does it go into queue?
So I think it's a Node.js mechanism. It automatically puts into the it's
So
their
if
behavior.
I write 10 lines of code,
Okay,
at which line will go to queue?
10 lines of code is depend, is a set timeout function or is a promises, what type of is this. If it's a something competition is going on, it will return us some promises or something. So we are putting into the that in a queue.
Okay. So if I want to write a highly CPU intensive application,
Yes.
right? Say something like image processing or something like that. Can I use uh, Node.js because it is not blocking anything?
Yes.
That will be faster, right?
Right.
Is that correct approach?
Yeah. So
Okay. You mentioned something back. It is helpful for highly IO operations, IO intensity application. Right?
yes.
What's the reason behind it?
So it's like it's a single thread mechanism. Single thread means it is only do the process. It's a like Node.js is like working only a one process. Okay, if anything's taking a much time, it is putting into the separate queue. That's the only mechanism is using the V8 engine. Okay, so when the scene it is, this is the mechanism it is using.
So, how many threads are there in PHP?
It's a multi-thread. I know how many threads. I don't know. It's a multiple thread. In a Node.js is a single thread.
Okay. Say if I get a method, if I get a API, I'm writing an API,
Okay.
right? I'm building an API, whether it is Node.js or PHP, will evaluate both of them.
Okay.
I'm writing in PHP,
Hmm.
right? I am about to do 5 or 6 different things, right? I do not want to make sure that all of them should execute in serial, right? For example, I have a logic to uh, update some data in table, okay? Push some data into queue, okay?
Hmm.
Push, make an API call to someone else, okay? Make another API call to get some other data, right? All these operations I can potentially make parallel. There is no logic that I have to build only do after 1 2 seconds. Everything is can be potentially can be parallel.
Okay.
All 5 options can do parallelly. There's no business logic requirement stating that only option 1 I should do option 2, right? Which language is better in this case? Is it, whether it is Node.js
Okay.
or is it good to use PHP here?
Let me repeat your question. So it's like what I understand is like you want there are multiple processes going on.
No, my API has to do 5 different
Five
work,
different process.
five different job,
Yes.
5 different operation has to complete.
Okay.
Okay.
In a parallel or in a series?
No, 5 operation has to complete. There is no strict rule that should be in serial. It
Okay.
can be parallel also.
Okay.
Okay. For example, I'll give example. I want to query 5 different website data.
Hmm.
Get data from 5 different API calls. Get data from 5 different APIs. Combine everything together and send a response back to whoever is a caller.
Okay.
This 5 API call, there's no strict rule that you should execute API 1 first, API 2 second in that way, right? It is not strict rule. You can call any order.
Right.
Doesn't
Right.
matter. Get data and stitch together, make a response and response back to your client. This is what your job of this API. To do build this API, whether PHP versus Node.js, which one you choose and why?
I think we should use the Node.js because it's the first reason they asynchronize. Another reason is like is can be handle high request. Is there is a lots of requests coming and parallelly, so it can handle at a time simultaneously. But in a PHP, sometimes it's like sometimes no, it's a because it's blocking. Okay, but it's waiting for the when the process complete, another process will be executed. So if you are going to create a
I don't get the point. But in blocking, I understood. It is non-blocking that you mentioned something about queue and everything.
yes.
The queue mechanism is not there in PHP. That
Uh,
I agree. But you mentioned PHP support multiple threads, right? So you can have all of them multiple threads and do things also in PHP.
but sometimes multiple threads also like it depends on your CPU. Okay, means if CPU don't having a that much of capacity to handle all the things, then how it will be do?
So even if you say, for example, look at in the case of Node.js also, right? If CPU does not have capacity, but Node.js also can't do things.
Yeah, what I think Node.js mechanism is like it can be by default handle the lots of requests at a time. I
Why?
prefer.
Why and how is my question?
Why?
So, so can I write multi-thread application in PHP?
I never implement, but I just write the
Can
API
I,
only.
you interacted with that databases, right?
Yes.
Do you ever heard of a concept called connection pooling?
Yes.
Do you have connection pooling mechanism in PHP?
Yeah, connection pooling when we are doing the any pooling connection pooling. I'm not sure, but yeah, when we are doing the connection, there is sometime what's I think socket is created when the
Mm-hmm.
when we are create first we are trying to create a any operation we are trying to do the on a database or any operation on a database. So there is one be a socket will be created between the two between the server and our database. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then the operation will perform. in a Node.js I implement that. Yeah, there is a some option for polling. You can define the like
And that's why I'm asking polling is there in Node.js.
yeah.
Is it available in PHP? If not, why?
I was not think like this. Uh, because polling, what I understand, like it's like it is waiting for the server time is like uh, the connection between them. If something is happening, like some they have requested something, so it is waiting for some time for the giving the response. Okay, or there is a or it will again and again it is checking is the data is ready or not. So I think in a PHP is not like this. PHP just waiting with the completion, otherwise it will be response is false. So a polling I don't think is inside the PHP. I'm not sure.
Why PHP don't have a connection polling?
Maybe because of it is block the elements or that process once the process
Do you
complete.
ever try to learn any other language other than PHP and Node.js?
I worked, but I don't deep knowledge inside that. I use the Python and Java also. I used C
Mm.
and C++ during my college time, but
Mm.
I don't have a deep knowledge how it their language is working. Like I know Java also support the multi-thread. We can create a some thread. So thread is like in a Java we are small chunk we are like if any process is taking much time, so we are putting into the thread. There is a different runner we are creating, so that thread is running in a separate workspace. What I know.
Okay. Mm. Okay. Give me 2 minutes.
Yes, sure. Take your time.
So you recently upgraded PHP 5.5 to 8.2.
Yes.
What are the challenges that you faced in it?
So one of the big challenges like how to upgrade that big application. Okay, this is a infrastructure completely very big. It's a legacy application. It's not no one having a knowledge about the application, that code base, what the architecture we are following. Okay, so this is a very difficult to upgrade manually. So
Mm-hmm.
for that I take an initiative to research one ticket for researching. So I found out because in my previous company we are upgrading like using the manually upgradation, but here I upgrade using the because the now the problem is coming because it's a complete large application. So I found in a there is a open source community with the name of Rector. So using that you can upgrade your application easily. Okay, so using that I upgraded that application. Okay, so that is the one of the challenge there. Once the application is upgraded using that Rector, so another challenge comes to like PHP code is upgraded. Now PHP you have upgrade, you have to require to upgrade the Apache also. Now after upgrading the Apache and PHP, there is some extension which is required, which is developed by the EagleView only. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that extension built on C++. So now this application is compiled in a Apache older version. Apache older version it was compiled. Now it is not working in a Apache 2 latest one. So we have to upgrade this Apache that extension. We have to recompile it and
Mm-hmm.
to the for compatible with that Apache 2 version. So for that, this is a big challenge. For that, I take the help from the some Stack Overflow and Chat GPTs. Our company is providing GitHub Copilot. So using that, I got to know okay, this is the thing we have set up, and
Mm-hmm.
using that we have upgrade the extension. After that, I have one another challenge. Third challenge is like upgrading the PHP. We have to set up the earlier we are using the sandbox inside the virtual box,
Mm-hmm.
so it's very slow is working and very difficult to set up all the things.
Mm-hmm.
So I take an initiative other to converting that virtual box into the Docker. So we are right now we are using the Docker container for running the sandbox environment in local.
Mm-hmm.
So these all the things I set up. Mostly I work in a server side
Mm-hmm.
or that containerization. Lots of things I worked here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You mentioned you tried to learn Python and Java or tried to work on Python and Java. What are questions that you worked on Python and Java?
Actually, I started Python in a college time because of I want to create some GUI application.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for that I use the Tkinter. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so for GUI application where I create the application that Notepad. I just for the college project I completed, but in the industry is not. They are just asking this is your work. This is like you have upgraded this Python 2.0. You have to upgrade the some of the script. There is a already existing script which have to upgrade to the Python 3.0 because of there is a one application we are using FME. FME is like a third party application. You can upload their script and it will doing some process. So for that I just upgrade that Python to 2.0 to 3.0. Other part I didn't work much in a Python. In a Java also I just worked during my college time. Okay, where it was also in my course also, and I learned the Java core to learning the about the technology just only.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So it like a industry having a multiple technology. Sometimes the work is not in a some your favorite technology like PHP, Node.js. There is a no work, but you have to what company having a work in a Java. So you have to ability to adapt according to them. So you have to work in a Java. So that time I worked only. Otherwise, no industrial experience in Java and Python. Python I have created some freelancing that open source project where I created one LLM model where I trained my data like about myself. Like in a chat GPT you can ask anything, but you can they are not giving the answer about me. But using that, using my model, I not create a model, I just use the Google Palm model. Using that I inject all my data to the Google Palm model. I trained and saved all the data in a vector database where you can ask anything. UI I created servlet there is a UI library in Python.
Mm-hmm.
So using that I'm not able to recall that actual that thing. So using that you can ask anything about me, who is Mayank Singh, what the experience of Mayank Singh. So you can anything you can ask. So I trained that model. So this is the experience. So for that I create up an API also for uh, trigger all the questions answer. So this is the experience of Python only.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any questions to me?
Oh, I think I'm good.